We are outside again with little Duke. People watching. I'm gonna make sure I don't catch the neighbor's driveway. Third kid is out, daughter's out playing, which is extra distraction for us. Okay. They're just people watching. He barks sometimes at strangers. What's that?
We're just dog watching.
That's perfect. So she has a German Shepherd, right?
Is he a German Shepherd or a Belgian Shepherd?
My mom said she was a German Shepherd.
Well, that sounds fun. I love shepherds. Hi, Betty.
She said she was a German Shepherd.
Right?
Really?
No, I don't think so.
Couple.
You play with this.
I think.
Are the dogs yours?
No, they're just visiting. I do a little bit of training.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They
It's
just
fun.
do a little bit of training?
A little bit of training. I have a dog training business. I'm working on closing on my own house or moving across the street to one of our older properties. So I was in Pennsylvania for the last 12 years. So I just got back earlier this year and trying to get to know the area again. It's been a long time. It's grown a lot.
You grew up here?
I did, mostly, yeah. It's not a bad place. It's just grown a lot.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I was here before this entire neighborhood was built, and it's wonderful to see how it's matured, for sure. It looks beautiful. Boy. I may have to get out of the way because I think my mom is leaving here soon. So, what do you think? We don't want to get squashed.
So do you keep them and train them, or do they come each day, or?
I do board and train. So they stay with me for a short period of time, and then I take them home. We do a big go-home lesson with the family so that they can learn everything. It seems to be easier for most of my students that the dog learns the habits with me, and then I teach them because it's easier for the dog to compensate for little inconsistencies while the humans are learning too, you know?
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. I normally deal with nervous dogs, fearful dogs, and aggression, but these guys are easy. They're a piece of cake. But I also do private lessons. I go to people's houses and I hang out with them for an hour or so, and we'll cover whatever. It's kind of just tailored to whatever they need. A lot this year so far has been, COVID puppies that haven't been socialized because of lockdown and all that, you know, and they're getting used to the world. Good boy. So it's been an interesting shift for sure. Good boy. So, but this is Duke. He likes to bark at everything. Normally, we've been working on it. This is day 5. We're getting pretty good about hearing stuff. What's that?
So he's a new one?
He's newer, yeah. He's got another, 14 days this whole, so 5 and, we got 9 more days before he gets to go back home. And he's doing pretty good. Every now and then, like if the long crew
So 14
comes
days,
in.
which is full.
What's that?
So it's 14 days in all.
14 days total, yep, and he's only on day 5. And he's doing really good. But we don't like the lawn people. We get excited when other dogs walk by, so we were hoping now's about the time where it starts cooling off, and normally they'll come out and play with their dogs, and it's just a good spot to sit where we're far enough away where we're not interrupting anybody, but we can still see the action and hear and all that. So we just try to hang out. It's a sit and wait game sometimes, because there's nothing, you know, that you can really do about that part. Good boy. Good job. That's a cool scooter thing. What is it? Is it called an easy roller or something? I've never seen anything like that before. Neat. Good boy, you're okay. Nope, he doesn't want to play. Not today. Good boy.
Emily, don't fool Daddy.
Yep, you gotta ask to pet dogs before you approach them, because not all dogs like kids.
I'm not going to pet dogs.
Okay. Well, it's okay. He's growling because he's telling you that you're getting too close. Hey, buddy. Come here. Come on. And he's on leash, so he's not going to come after you or anything like that. We would never let that happen, but you definitely have to ask before you come towards anybody. Hey, what's going on?
Not all
boy.
dogs are like Riker.
He's learning. It's taking time. We got to learn.
He's still learning, so you gotta give him a chance.
I don't like to borrow random people's kids for that. I hear that he knows some kids, but I have not seen him interact with them myself, so I don't trust that. I like to just hang out. Good boy. Hey, why are we growling today? What's up? Did she startle you? I don't think he's ever seen any of those rolly things. That thing is neat.
Yeah, it is.
Good boy.
They make them an adult size, because I don't like having them myself.
That would be cool. Somebody around the area has, what is it? It's a really interesting, like, side windy bike thing. I don't know what it's called, but it sits really low. Good boy. You don't have to bark at them. Not today. And they'll go through Research Park on that. Down the road. It's pretty good. Yes, good job. Good boy. Hey, you don't need to bark at them. I know you think you need to. Good boy. Duke. Oof. Really? Good boy. Good boy. Good job, Duke. Little boofs for the neighbor's dogs. Nothing too bad. So we may have to get up here in a minute because my mom is taking Fred back to the airport. So, but you saw earlier that he was a little girl approached. She was rolling around on this cool little skatey thing, but it's weird looking to the dog, right? So he's already like, oh my gosh, what is this? And now we've got dogs across the street, people across the street. Good boy. And I'm marking as soon as he sees his trigger or as soon as the neighbor's dog barks. I must have given you a strip of that bully stick, huh? Oops, my mistake. So that's really chewy. Keep him busy for a second. And you guys can do this in your RV. Just sit out in your, have him on leash, but sit out in your little fenced in area. Hang out, have a drink. Yeah, I gave you too big of a piece. I'm so sorry. So this is my mistake. Normally when you're working on this kind of stuff, you want little tiny treats. Good boy. And then you'll notice as soon as he looks at the trigger, I'll try to redirect his attention or grab his attention. Doesn't always work. That's okay. I'm still going to mark as soon as he sees it. Talking, so I can't call his name or anything. And you guys want to do the same thing. Watch his body language because you'll see him stiffen up. You'll see his tail go up. You'll see his ears come forward. Those are all signs. Staring, staring. Hey, little boof, but that's okay. We came away from that by ourselves, so that's fine. We're going to gradually increase that duration of, hey, I see this really fun, interesting thing. I'm not really sure about it, so I'm going to bark at it to make it go away. What? Hi, buddy. Duke. Good job. Say his name once and only once, because if you keep repeating it and he doesn't respond to you, you're going to teach him to kind of ignore it. It'll become white noise, right? Or you could just sit here and not say anything at all and click and toss him a treat. While he's looking at the trigger, whatever it may be. Two really big dogs down there. We're not yet at the point where I can walk past dogs at close proximity and him not lose his mind. Hi, buddy. hoofs. That's acceptable to me. I'm okay with that. He gets himself pretty worked up, so we try to keep him below threshold. If the garage door opens, that's probably going to scare him. Good boy! Person walking up, so that's perfect. And we can see another person in their yard. Good boy. Yes. Good job, Duke. Yay. He's probably not going to follow through with a sit, and I have not gotten him to lay down yet today. He's been kind of stressed out with all the stuff that we're doing, all the back and forth, the change in locations, hopping around, changing rooms, lots of shifting around of stuff in my house today. So I am chalking that up today with him just feeling a little insecure. But it happens. It's okay. So let him wander around. He only gets this today. We're not bringing that 100-foot line out because I know my mom's going to bring the car out. I never know who's walking their dog off leash. Sometimes that happens. And they just chill. Good boy, Duke. Yes, good job. Good boy. Oh, that's a beautiful dog. Come here. Yes, good job. Is that a Dutch?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Come here. Come here. Good job. Dutchies are fun.
Yeah, we're fine. Okay.
So I didn't yank him away. I'm not punishing him. I try to redirect. I try to be happy and excited as much as possible. That's a very big dog that just appeared out of nowhere from his perspective. Good boy, Duke. Come here. Dookie! I don't know if you could see it, but his hackles are up on his back too. So that's another sign that, hey, we're getting a little too excited. We're doing a little bit of whining, but that's okay. It's very stiff posture, and now we're whining. Maybe we want to go say hi. What are you doing? Duke, that's a different bark. I'm okay with that, because that's not the defensive, I'm scared, stay away from me bark. Change of emotion. Very good to note. And you guys know the difference between his barks, his alert bark versus his, I really want to see you come here right now kind of bark. Good boy. I have not gotten to see his happy, excited bark until today. It's been the get away from me right now bark. Because he's not sure, and that's okay. Good boy. Clicking because there's dogs barking that are setting him off. So when the lawn crew came over yesterday, good boy. It was just a noisy day. And it's been noisy today too, which is why we left to go to another location. Good boy. But all the neighbors' dogs barking, that's been keeping him really tense. And he hasn't really been able to take a solid nap, and we all know how important sleep is. So we want to make sure he's getting his safe spot that's soundproof where he can get sleeping. Good boy. Yes. So we're watching the neighbors. You're doing good, buddy. I'm cheating here and giving him a little bit of bear's food. Keep those calories in check. Because like I said, treats matter, or every treat counts with little dogs. This is pretty important. So we're being pretty liberal with treats. So I am subbing some of our kibble. I did try to bring him his own food, and it did not happen. He wasn't having it. He spat out every single one. He's a smart dude. So I'm gonna get his attention and get him to come closer. I'm gonna ask for a quick sit, because that's something that's pretty known. We're licking our lips, so that tells me that we're a little bit unsure. We don't know what's going on. I don't ask him to sit from a sitting spot myself, or from the floor very often. Stress yawn, so that's okay. Could be licking our lips because our hair is finally growing a little bit longer too. That stash grows fast, man. So I already asked once, so I'm going to try to lure for it. Wow, buddy. I do wonder if the way he's built doesn't make it uncomfortable for him to sit. I'm going to click for this duration. Good boy. I don't ask for it too often, but that getting him to change his focus and come back to you and asking for a quick sit once, and then if you have to step in and lure for it, fake like you have a treat. If you don't have one, he usually follows through. But you can see his ears twitching. He hears all the dogs barking over there. That's a good indicator whether he follows through or not on where he's at stress-wise, okay? And if he can follow through with it, that's great. We'll continue sitting here. If he gets to a point where he's too stressed out, I'm going to try to stay out here until the neighbors come back with their Dutch Shepherd. Excuse me. So long as, you know, when the garage door opens and my mom leaves, that doesn't stress him out too much. It's a big garage door. It's right next to us, so it could startle the living daylights out of him. If that doesn't put us beyond our threshold, then we'll continue hanging out here. That's what we'll do. He's already had his dinner, so we're just chilling out. This is going to be our last session for today. And after this, it's just play, and as much relaxation as we can. So you can see him checking down the driveway every now and then. Fortunately, we have a pretty limited view. I mean, it's pretty wide, and nobody cares about a barking dog, you know, as they're walking down, going on their nightly stroll. So they just keep walking at their own pace, and that's fine. But it's not as narrow a view as, say, between two RVs or two cars. Where you've just got, you know, 5 feet of, hey, there's a blip of where the trigger shows up and then they're gone. And then that's your window of opportunity. Here, I have multiple opportunities to click and reward for him being quiet, having more relaxed body posture, or turning towards me. If he's comfortable enough to turn his back towards the trigger, that's also a good sign. Hey, Duke. Come here. Come here, little dude. I have not gotten him to play too much out here yet. We're getting there. This is something that I try to do with each dog individually if there's time outside at night when everybody is out. It's just an excellent opportunity to come out, people watch, and counter condition. Take advantage. Can you come around here, sir? He's sitting next to my tree pouch, hoping that he can get it open again. How do I get a doggy-proof tree pouch? So what we can do, come here. It's almost like he thinks I'm joking when I ask him to come a foot closer. You're silly. What we can try to do, good boy, is, good boy. I was going to try to get him to lay down because this is nice and warm. We were using the retaining wall for him to lay down on or to work on it, and he didn't like it if the sun wasn't on it, which isn't uncommon for little dogs. Good boy. The air traffic has been making him panic a little bit. I guess you guys don't have anything flying over you where you're at. But we do all day long. We're not a fan of it. We only stopped barking at it 2 days ago. So that's been stressing him out a little bit. He comes down from it pretty good. Oh, it's an itchy spot. Yes. Good boy. Where's that? Hard to know if he really likes this or not because it's like he's leaning into it. He does that scratch me more move, just very slightly, but he's not moving away. But he's also licking his lips, which, unless he has food stuck in his teeth or he's licking the grease off of his hair, I can't really tell if that is a signal that, hey, I'm not really sure about this. So we're just going to hang out until their big dog comes back. It's a big, intimidating looking dog. It's perfect for counter conditioning because they're going to go straight inside. Good boy. So new person showed up. That's perfect. Oh, you guys are fine. Don't worry about it. I don't have the house in the shot at all. It's just him and me. This is exactly what we're working on. So if y'all want to come out, that is fine with me. What do you think? Good boy. So new person comes by, click and retreat as soon as he sees the trigger. So I actually saw his behavior change, his body language change, and his attention go over there before I even heard his voice. And that's kind of what you want to watch out for because you guys have such high traffic where you're at. Watch his body language while you're just hanging out inside. Just keep him out of the corner of your eye. And if you notice him lift up his head and perk up his ears and he's looking at anything other than bear, good boy. If you don't see an immediate trigger or you don't hear it, try to tell him, good boy, good job, Duke. Try to get his attention just like that. If he does look your way, mark and reward for it. You can throw a treat to him if you like. This may mean rotating him and Bear so that you can get some one-on-one time with little dude, so that there's no added stress. Because Bear does also join in the barking if Duke gets worked up. Good boy. I messed up. I didn't have my clicker ready. Good, so good.
Emily was teasing her floor. Maybe mistake.
I don't mind if he stands here and stares at me for treats. I'll give them to him. Doesn't need the extra calories. We want to make everyone count. Good boy. That's a nice try. If you lay down, I'll give you a treat. We know that once. Noisy car doesn't get excited. Well, we've been struggling with the down. I think it has a lot to do with him feeling comfortable enough to put himself in such a vulnerable position. So we'll get there. We gotta get a lot more successes under our belt for that. I think I already showed you guys the first video of trying to lure him down. We normally don't have a leash on him. Ooh, somebody's been chewing on my leash. But you can see he's not interested in following my treat all the way to the ground at all. He's kind of like, let me just lick the treat out of your hand. So rather than giving in and giving him the treat because, oh my gosh, he's cute, I just pull the treat away. We have not, good boy, good job, Duke. We have not gotten to the point of putting the down on cue yet because we're still trying to figure out the best way to lure. We've only got a handful of successes under our belt for that. We'll get there, but I think the way his body is structured, it just makes it really uncomfortable for him to lay down automatically or on cue all the time, especially when he's feeling really alert and nervous about whatever's going on. See, we'll get there. That concrete's nice and warm though. You know you want to lay down. So if he does it on his own, I can just capture it. It would be nice. If she would like to meet one of the puppies, I can bring the little the little fuzzy brown one back out. I don't know if you guys were around when I took him out on a trip.
Yeah, I saw you back there.
Yeah, there's a golden doodle, which is his brother Bear. I know he would love to meet her. And then there's Big Duke. Okay, so that was my mom. So that means the garage door is gonna open. Good boy. Come here. We're gonna pop out of the way and not just step on the dog. Come here, buddy. Come on. Or are you guys taking your car? Oh. Come here. Good job, bud. Good job. Wanna go say hi to Mom? Go say hi. Good boy. It's like, you don't have any treats for me? Good boy. Good job not jumping. Good boy.
Unlock the car.
All right.
It's gonna be chilly again.
No, not till tonight. And I think tomorrow's going to be even hotter. Today was nice. I should have got out quicker. Took me a long time to wake up this morning. Their Dutch Shepherd is beautiful. Have you seen him yet? Good boy.
Hi,
Hi.
how's it going?
I'm a little stiff from moving.
I bet.
Good boy. What the heck is that, huh? Good boy. Don't know if you've ever seen anything like that before.
Leave the door, you can close it when you go in.
What's that?
Unlock that door because I can't get in.
Okay.
His car doesn't have a key.
Okay. this activity. Okay. Oops. I'm just gonna hang out here. It's gonna be a long video. You've been out here 25 minutes, dude. Good boy. So, bonus thing about Duke is that he is extremely expressive, and it makes it really easy to read him. Come here, bud. We are very far away from the car leaving, so I'm not worried about that. Good boy. Oh, goodness. Okay. Yep, so we're just going to continue hanging out here for a little bit. Sorry to bore you guys. This is what it's like sometimes for training. It's just a sit and wait game. And I'll continue to see if I can't convince Duke here to lay down on my nice and warm driveway. Come here. Go over there. Everybody's tired. You gotta be tired enough to lay down. Good boy. But anyway, so going back to the expressiveness, he's got, the half floppy ears, which is really great. He's got a nose or a longer snout, which is really great. And the way you guys keep his face cut is awesome. So you actually get to see his eyebrows, and when it bunches up, you get to see his tight little mouth. When he purses his lips, or he's got his little snaggle tooth going, and his ears perk up, or when he turns away when you go to reach out and pet him. Come here, Duke. Close. Come close. If you come close, you get a treat. Come on. So we've been trying to work on this. I try to avoid making the choice for him and, encouraging him to come forward with a leash. We do a lot of that on our own without the leash. Good boy, because I want it to be his choice, and I want him to be comfortable with coming close, because that is something that he likes to dodge a lot. We do like to be scratched here. Yeah. All right, cool. What do you think? That's one place to scratch you that you like. Good boy. But continuing on the expressiveness, though, he does stand very tall and forward when he's alert. You've seen his tail go up in a clip earlier in this clip. Good boy. Good job. So you have all of these different pieces of body language to pick up on when he is aware of something and might decide to react. And that's when you want to mark to let him know that he's doing the right thing. So here we can only see the back of his head, and his ears go up, and that's fine. He's already seen her. We've been there, done that. It's not a big deal. When they come back with their dog, that's going to be a whole new thing. We hear the neighbor's dog behind us barking. We're interested, we're alert, but you can see the rest of his body posture is not as tight and alert as it was earlier. What are you staring at? What? What? Good boy. I don't know what that was. So the loud noises, you can definitely mark and reward for that. He definitely is triggered by a lot of no-see-ums. Good boy. I know you're tired. I see those eyes closing. I'm really hoping that he lays down so I can mark for that too. That may be how we start putting that on cue. And he doesn't have to learn to lay down on cue. It's not something he has to learn. There's not a to-do list for each dog, but teaching them things and putting them on cue. Good job. So dog is coming back up. This should be interesting. Good job. Good boy. Could go very well or it could go really bad. Good job. Good boy. Good boy. Yes. Good job. Tails up. Good boy. A little bit of hackles raised right here, even though you can't really see it because of how smooth his hair is. Am I out of the good stuff? 4 things that we know are triggers for him that will set off that barking behavior. I definitely bring out the high value stuff. Good boy. Come here. Good boy. So we're going to let him look at his trigger.
You have a good one?
And we're capturing the silence. Good boy. Yes. Good job. A little bit of huffing is totally fine because that's less than barking. We'll work to complete silence, but you can see if you just watch the rest of his body language, you'll know when you should start being ready. Good boy. And I'll give him a second. Hi, buddy. Try to call his attention if you can. If you cannot, and he is not consolable, increase the distance, block the view, and leave the situation. Good boy. All right. Success. All right, and I am going to call it there. It doesn't look like the rest of the neighborhood's coming out. Maybe everybody's stuffed after their barbecue, but great session. We're going to go in and play and relax, and I will talk to you guys later. Let me know if you have any questions over this.